uptrend. What this means is, at this point, I'm less inclined to take short trades and I want to look for long trades. Why? Because the pressure is to the upside. Now, what happens when you don't have a confirmed uptrend? That's when we start looking for the counter trend trades. Okay? Now, counter trend trades, where do you find those? Well, let's take a look. Here's a beautiful scenario right here. If you look at this area, starting right about in here, the 4-hour moving averages started to go sideways. You can see here on the daily, they're still pointed down. Right about here, you can see that the 4-hour moving averages have flattened out. Okay, so they're definitely moving sideways. The daily is moving down. At this point, right in here, we have counter trend. This is where we would look for counter trend trading. Why? Because our 4-hour is telling us that the momentum has died off. Now, thankfully, we don't have to get this right to a single bar. We don't have to be precise down to a 1,000th of a penny. All we have to do is look at the moving average and ask, is the 4-hour going in the same direction as the daily? That's the whole point of having these moving averages on our screens, because it helps us to look very quickly, and in a moment, in a second, we can tell what type of trading we're looking for and do we have a possible setup. Okay, so hopefully, Zoe, that also helps to clarify a little bit about of what we were talking about today. Now, having said that, we have this uptrend that's beginning and on the daily, and we have this uptrend which is continuing on the 4-hour. Now, because we are in this resistance area, remember we're at the top of this resistance zone, we need to be careful. So at this point, you can see how the market tried to push up a little bit higher in yesterday's session and got pushed down. Well, what we want to see is that the market can actually break through here. So what ideally we will see over the next few hours is that this pattern here turns into a pennant pattern or possibly into a flag pattern as the market pushes through this resistance, building a pattern for us to trade on to the long side on a breakout. Or if the flag or pennant goes deep enough, then we can look for a short trade. But right now, we don't have a pattern to trade, but we do have an area where we can pick up some trades. Now, if over the next few hours or a couple of sessions, say coming into the end of January here, the 4-hour moving averages look like this. Let me do this green. Let's say the green line comes up like this, and the red line comes down like that. If this happens with the 4-hour bar, then this is what? Counter trend. Okay, so we just need to keep our eyes open and take advantage of the trading as it's presented. But right now, no real patterns. We just need to wait for either this flag pattern to develop or this pennant pattern to develop where we can position ourselves for a breakout, hopefully to the upside.